Hey guys and gals, let's build the cute bunny by Lego Creator 3-in-1. This is set number 31162, contains 326 pieces, retails for $19.99, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. And yes, we're going to be building another animal figure today. Get this out of the way here. And it says it can be built by 1 to 3 builders. And let's see here. Build together. So starting with this, which is pretty cool. And it jumps right on into the build of the bunny. I mean, it kind of looks colorful, but let's take a look at the bags here. Tan, tan. This one has some color. So I'm just going to warn you, there may be belly aching, ranting in this video. So I'm going to warn you up front here. And I know there's some of you who told me you like these. You'd put them on your desk and your bookshelf. That's really what these are intended for. So for me, it's not something I would particularly run out and go get. But that's just my opinion. You know, it's just not my cup of tea. But somebody might find this interesting. Okay, well, let's begin. Let's build it. Let's start with bag 1. And let's see if it really is truly a 3-in-1 build. And I have never seen these in earth green before, so that's new. And yeah, let me get the camera a bit more situated. Almost like straight down here, and that's kind of, I like to keep it at 45 around there. It's easy to build. And I'm trying to get done with another set build installment, and I thought, oh, this shouldn't take too long. No, it's about 1 hour and 40 minutes. I thought, I broke this thing down, and I thought, well, I should be able to get it done real fast now, so I'm doing it in between builds. And yeah, the color palette just looks like a sandy mess. All right, well, let's get in it now. Let's see here. And I've been just trying to get a bunch of stuff done. I'm ripping the Christmas stuff down. Today is the 27th of December, 2024. So Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Because we're going to need it through this. Yeah, and I'm not really I'm going to be honest, I'm not in the mood to build another animal figure, but it's here, and I figured let's start getting them done now. I hope we can get through this real quick today. This shouldn't take no more than an hour, hour and a half. So, well, wait, before we get into anything else, you notice there's no stickers, but we got these. Pretty cool. Any more unique pieces in here? I mean, these, but I consider this more as a bulk item that you'd use for like trains. If you're building a train, there you go. That's the top of your cab there, of your train. Lego, why don't you send me a train set? I've never done a train before in one of these. Oh yes, this is just an amateur video. It's not to be construed as a professional product review. The opinions are mine. Even though the video is a paid promotion, the commentary is not. Yeah, so. Not to be construed as a professional product review or tutorial. Whoa, except for that. But I'm going to try to show all the steps that I can. I'm working right here. Let's bring this over here a bit more for you. Okay, let's see. Yep, right where I need to be. And I got a couple of ideas for tutorials. Haven't had a chance to get to them because I have this and a bunch of others in the way. All right, well, I can't find parts. Guess what I'm going to do? Start dividing things up into piles. Start just doing that. Okay, so we got a bigger one of these. It's about time, Lego. I really need those. At least it comes with a brick separator, so that's really good. So they say it can be built up to 3 people. Let's see if we can do that here. And yeah, I'm still trying to fight an allergy and asthma attack. I woke up about 6 this morning. I just couldn't breathe, and I was just gasping for air. I thought I have to get up. And I had to take another treatment today because I still couldn't breathe. They blame the fireplaces. No, mine is just allergies. So I'm trying to survive here. So I'm going to try to keep the rantiness. Sometimes I get a little carried away in these, so I'm trying to keep it down as much as I can. Like I said, though, these are more people are watching these just to see how the set goes together, what the build involves, and yeah, and I'm trying to keep them as that, but I don't want to make these too boring. And I had one of you comment, said you're thinking about doing your own storytelling on your channel. Go for it. I'll check it out. I'd like to get to know my viewers and fans a bit more. So if you're building stuff, you can just talk about anything. You can make up stories. You can vent your frustrations. I mean, it's there. You know, at the end of the day, we're all going to just kind of sit back and enjoy it. So, I mean, why not, you know? It's YouTube. Just share your thoughts, your opinions, your aspirations or inspirations or whatever. And ambitions. And so this must be the heart of it here. All right. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to really sort any parts from sets. I've been too busy filming a bunch of things. And right now, oh, that's kind of cool. I wish the set was full of those. I've been kind of getting done with reviews. It's basically just been review after review after review. We're building that now. I wish they would tell you what parts you're building so you can build with a friend. I hate to think it's just, you know, if you're all building parts and you all put the parts together, that's a good collaborative group build. But I'm hoping we're doing that here. Not where, okay, well, I got to wait for him to get done building so I can start my section next. It's the whole point about build-togethers is to exactly do just that. You build together. It's not you wait. You know, it's not you wait then build. You know, so I'm hoping this set is like this. So this is essentially. I was looking at other sets. Some of them have a lot of color and commentary. I thought I need to get on Creator and get these done. Now to answer a question, and one of you had said, Jay, why do you even ask for these? You know, I don't know. I'm used to older style creators where they used to give you a house and you get to rebuild it to like maybe an ice cream shop and maybe a lighthouse or some other structure. Those are the creators that I'm used to building, but I'm going to slowly start not accepting creator sets anymore. You know, they have a good source of pretty unique parts. But this one here is just mostly tan. Great for making campers, but I got plenty of this stuff. All right. So far, so good. We're surviving here, and we got a hollow stud. I can always use those. And I don't know what we're building here. Is it a duplicate of something? No. I really want to get back into the custom stuff again. I kind of miss doing tutorials. When you build somebody else's creation, it's kind of lackluster. You kind of miss your own builds thinking, oh, I want to do my own stuff. I think we're building a mirror of this. That's exactly what we're doing here, but well, we're done with it now. Let's just put it in there. And how does that even go? Okay, we flip that upside down, put that way, and set this in here. Okay. So if you're looking for a very colorful build, this one isn't it. You know, when I got back into Lego, tan was considered an oddball color. It was a very odd color to grab a hold of, and I forgot there's a stud that goes in here. I think I forgot to put it in this one. Did I? Let's take a look. Indeed, I did. Does it really matter? Not really. We'll put that in there, just so we can keep the piece count. That's not that hard to replace. But for me, I'm just trying to survive and getting these done first. I'm hoping it's going to be a durable bunny, not the Duracell bunny, but we'll see here. Yeah. Obviously, those are the upper paws, and that's probably where the head goes. And yeah, I remember when my sister were kids, we had bunnies for pets, and I think it goes like that. Yeah, it does. And we had to move, and we had to give the bunnies away. She had a bunny, and I had a bunny. And what happened to them? They were on somebody's dinner table, we found out when we got older. That was kind of hard to deal with. That was a pet and somebody ate it, which is kind of just wrong, but my parents needed to get rid of them and they needed the cash. But yeah. Looks like we're building duplicates here. They're mirrors. Alright. Alright, let's see here. So that kind of thing. This one's from the manual. This is going to be its reflection. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened to them. Oh, those they ate them. I'm like, oh, that's like cannibalism there. Well, eating somebody's pet. I just can't think of the thought of that, but well, long since been gone. Yes, I lived one of those childhoods where I had to give up a lot of things. But, well, that's why I work hard now. I don't ever have to do that. But, you know, I mean, what can you do? I have pictures of them, but I have to dig through the media server to find them. All right. So these with the dark here go here. Yeah, that would fit right. Put that in there. Now I'm trying to show all the steps as best I can because, like I said, these were never really meant to ever be how-tos or tutorials. But I found out more people prefer that. So I'm trying to tailor these in a format to where I could do that. Let's turn that on there for you. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, is to make these to where you can follow along if you choose. You can build along with me and we can explore a set together, which is cool. Yeah, it's not the most exciting color palette, I have to admit. On the box it looked okay. Just like, yeah, it's another animal build, but yeah, this is going to be another one of these lackluster. You know, I mean, they're cool if you like to have these, but okay, I almost forgot a part here. This goes here because we need to put these here. These are nice if you want to make awnings or something with rounded edges or like a tent. And then that's it for bag one, with only a handful of pieces remaining. Just think we're only 33% done. So what I'm gathering is person one's going to build this, and we're going to see if the next parts are separate. And if they are, then it can be built up to 2 people. All right, bag two, and that looks like a lot of small pieces. Uh-oh. So the goal is now to see if it can be built by 2 people simultaneously. Not where, okay, person A is done, person B now is going to put the parts onto that. If we're talking about we all sit at the table and build together. Oh, I've seen those before. At least it comes with more of these. I just wish they were in bright colors. All right, let's see here. So it looks like we're building a hind-quarter. Let's see, are they both the same? And Yeah, you actually have to attach them. I need to think they... it looks like that and the tail. Well, let's see here. All right, so we're gonna just build the duplicate ones. Okay, well we got some of these. I've seen those on the ears, so that could be it. So we're probably gonna build a bunch of parts here. And yeah, it's not a very exciting build. Somebody's gonna say, well, Jay, why did you accept it? I get that. You know, here's the deal. I don't know what it is when I get it. You just tell me Lego Creator with a bunch of set numbers that have no meaning, and then it's up to me to decide if I want to accept a miscellaneous set or not. But a lot of people don't know how the land works, so I may have to make a video on how I obtain sets. Where do I derive this from? But see, like right now they have this on the Lego website. As of the filming of this video, it's not released yet, but they have it where they just kind of give you a preview of what the build's going to be about. So, like, they have a retail price for it, and we just go from there. Well, we got a lot of these. If you're going to make a beach, there you go. You got some nice smooth sand for the beach. I mean, really smooth. So right now I'm just kind of separating almost the same color pretty much throughout the whole thing. I need these. So yeah, for the viewer who was saying that you want to do your own storytelling, you know, by all means, it'd be real interesting. Not a lot of people do these. Well, that's kind of a unique piece. Be good for a car, just need to get more of those in colors other than tan. Lego calls it brick yellow. I refer to it as tan. All right. Alright, so now we need a palisade brick. It is so hard to find anything up here because it's all the same color. Well, you need to make some sandwiches, top of your sandwich bread. I don't have a lot of those in tan, so maybe this set will cough up some here. I already can see 4 of them already because we're going to be using them for this. And let's put that over there. I've been running across those. There's a lot of good pieces out of here, but nothing I'm really just chomping to bits to have because I have tons of this stuff and more bright colors than this. You know, so, but it's always good because tan is a color that when I first got back into this hobby, it was a very rare color. Tan was one time a very rare color to get. And now it's pretty common. I see 5 of these little bread pieces. Top for your sandwich. Alright. Yeah. I'd like to get this set done lickety-split today so I can get back into... I'm editing a review right now that doesn't have a lot of color in it, so I'm like, oh, I got to go through that now, and it's not fun, but I'm gonna do it. I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna finish. Like these in white, I could use these. That, but you know, I got to get the whoops I broke it done. I filmed it. I just need to start doing that guy first. Right now I'm going to finish up a review. Right now I'm doing this set. So I got a bunch of things that are in front of it, but I got the graphics, I got the video filmed. But I'm going to try to squeeze that out Sunday. So Monday through Thursday will be just reviews, and Fridays are tutorials. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, my tutorials are dying. This channel's actually picking up. I really don't want to quit doing video tutorials, but I may have to do it and start making video tutorials more into printed guides. Seems more people rather buy the guide than watch the video tutorial. I don't blame them because you can build at your own pace. You don't have to hear my raspy voice. You know? But the video tutorial doesn't show you the tricks and how to get some things together. All right, I'm looking for one more. Oh, we already have it on there. Okay. Oh, it's just so much color in here, I can't even see what I'm doing. And let's put these on here first. So you see how I'm sorting parts out as I build. You don't have to do that. But if you're getting to be like me and you're like, okay, there's just too much of the same color, just start sorting them in piles. You can do it any way you want it. It's your Lego set. But for me, it's okay. It's getting to be too overwhelming, so I'm just going to do by color. It's easy to and by part type. And you notice it'll go faster because everything's pre-sorted and I can see everything within my field of vision here. Okay, so this is what you should have so far. Now, like I said, I'm building mirrors. And so far everything's kind of universal. So more of this transparent blue wasted in there. I'll be ripping that off when I'm done because I can always use that for making pools and oceans and all that stuff. Interesting things with color. All right. Yeah, but I'm glad that this channel here is actually starting to surpass, in views, is surpassing my main channel, which has actually got 152,000 subscribers. This one doesn't even have 2,000. It's actually doing better. But I don't know. YouTube's just kind of weird with its algorithm nonsense. Okay, now things are going to get... No, okay, now we're going to get to the mirrored stuff. Okay, so just make sure it's like that. That's what it looks like to me. And then we set this here. Okay, so then we're going to do that here. So now things are going to start changing a bit, so we're going to do that. And I've been obtaining a bunch of these types of clips, so I've got those separate right now. Yeah, so far the build quality is pretty good. Build experience is just, I'd say this is just average for your typical animal figure build. It's, for me personally, nothing to write home to grandma about. Okay, I forgot to, okay, there's a clip that goes, and it's like, well, why doesn't it fit in there? Well, no, you know why? We didn't put these in here. They're nothing in them. It could be used as a stop, we don't know, and then set those on there. But yeah, I could be building something else right now. But no, I have a bunch of animal figures I got to go through and things that are just... I'm hoping the next one I build will be bright and colorful. And I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. And where did we leave off? Okay. But so far, can we build this solo? We don't know. We're going to build all the parts, then we're going to attach everything on the bunny and see if it is possible. But if I see we have to add pieces back onto that, it's not meant to be built simultaneously. And it means somebody almost lied on the box there. Remember, I got to build in mirrors, so let me do it like this. That's supposed to go over here. Yeah, a buddy of mine's trapped at the airport, trying to get home, and we could talk, and he goes, "Are you at home right now?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Bored out of my mind, have too much chores." He goes, "Oh, I'd rather be at home." I said, "I'd rather be stuck at the airport than doing chores." I said, "I'm trying to take down this Christmas stuff. I'm doing set reviews." And he goes, "Oh, I'd rather do that." I'm thinking, nah, I'd rather be stuck at the airport. I said, then I get to see things that I normally don't see every day. And I was like, you know, I guess to each his own. All right. Yeah, but a lot of these parts I've already have seen millions of times. Like 1x4 plates, I don't think I've ever really bought any of those. And I just got so many of them now. All right, now we got to flip it over. Okay, so it looks like these are the ears. And what were those for? Maybe those were the ears, we don't know. I thought those were the hindquarters. We don't know what they are, so I won't know. If you're not sure, you're getting lost, just check the index of the video. I know some of you like the indexing, which is cool. The reason why I index it is just for that, because I will boo-boo and make mistakes. Well, this could be the feet, too. These could be the palms of the feet, or the pads. So we don't know. We have no clue what this is. Let me not make mistakes here. I don't want to have to do this twice. I don't need to be dragging the excitement on that much. All right. So I think these might be the feet. Just don't mess up your orientation on there too. So like this guy here belongs to that, and this one belongs to that. And that's exactly why we did that. So this goes here like that. And that means that this goes here. Now obviously you don't have to break your builds down like I'm doing here. If you can't do the multiple builds, most people don't do it. See how this is starting to come apart here? I'm going to say now the build quality now is starting to act kind of flaky. Alright, so we got that out of the way. Then we got to take some inverted ones. We've been pulling these out here. Yeah, but you know, somebody had watched my Panda Bear and says, well, you gave it high ratings, but you said it was a boring build and it was just lacking color. Yeah, I'm not going to fail a set just because I don't like it. I'm looking at build quality. Build experience, you know. Is the build easy to follow, or is it something that's miserable? Is it missing pieces? Are the parts damaged? You know, my build experience will vary from yours. That's what I'm looking for. And I can't just say, well, the set gets a flat-out 0 because I didn't like it. That wouldn't be fair to you, because you might watch this and say, I really like this set. I want to put this on my desk. I want to put it on my bookshelf. That would be unfair to you. So to me, it's just my opinion. At the end of the day, I'm not going to, because almost every set would fail. It wouldn't make any sense. My opinions play very little role into it. Those are nice little dome pieces. And after you're done doing that, you stick them on here. So hold it like that. And let's see here. A little bit of a hole there, but I guess that's how it's supposed to be. So we'll do this one here. There we go. So far, that's what yours should look like right there. And this is the one I'm building from the book. Okay. And then after that, we'll rotate them around. Okay, we got to stick them on the body. Let's not do that right now. Let's say we're person 2 building this. Person 1's building that right now. They want me to attach it there. So we build the other leg. We get it done. We attach it on the body. Okay. Now, can we build... It looks like this is probably the chest or the breast. I don't know. Let's see here. Like I said, we're going to see if it's possible. Because if I have to wait for person A to get done, that's not fair. We don't want to do that. We want to be able to everybody do their own thing and then just talk, have fun. And at the end of the day, we put all our stuff together and say, okay, here we go. Nice job, everyone. We built this. Well, we know we don't have duplicates here. So I'm trying not to cover the camera up as much as I can on these. Like I said, though, I'm trying to improve them. At first, I was like, oh, these are just my notes. But now more people are watching these, so I'm trying to keep them as... The quality is, you know... I do need to get a new video camera eventually. This one's going on about 15 years, and it really does need to be upgraded. Have to get one before the tariff taxes hit. And then this is obviously the tail. We'll hold off to that because person A is not done yet. We'll pretend. So there's our tail. Goes right on the back of that right there. But let's pretend that we haven't seen that yet. And then we got to build 2 of these, which are front paws. So let's get those going. Because you don't want to be that guy. Here, let me take that real quick and put the parts on when you're not done with it. Don't do that. You know, we'll see what's going to happen here. So we're building 2 of these. They're the same. And so far it's we'll see here. In fact, they should have showed that when you're done so you could do that. But the whole build should be constructed in such a way that we're not dependent on another person. So these must be the upper paws. Okay. And then that's it. And now we can come in here. This is what we have remaining for bag 2. Okay. Can we put these on here? So here's your torso. So bag 1 does the torso, bag 2 does the rear and paws. So far so good. We have made it. Okay, so person 1 got done. We're ready to put our stuff on. Well, that stops. So how is he going to sit? It looks more like a beaver. Did I make a mistake or what? Let's take a look. Yeah, the tail's on backwards, so if it doesn't fit, we'll just pop that off and it's supposed to go like that. That's much better. Okay. And we'll put these on here. So I think honestly they should have had at the very end how this stuff went on. Would have been cool. And that wraps up bag 2. So far, could it be done? Maybe, but I don't know. It just looks more like a headless bunny. We'll fix that. Alright, well, I think that's the head and accessories. So far, oh man, what's with all the hair floating around here today? Human shed, but I don't think I should be shedding that much. Shedding my winter hair. It just needs to be cut. So now it looks like we're doing the head and accessories. Let's see here. Now, let's pretend builders 1 and 2 are not done yet. We already got it done here, but let's see. We got to do that now. With the airplane flying overhead. Yeah, I looked at my statistics on my channel. I was like, yeah. I don't know if I have any of these in that tan. I don't know. But I've been looking at the statistics on my second channel, which is this one here that you're watching me on. Yeah, this one's doing a lot better. May have to do more how-to builds on how to put stuff together. Okay, I'm lost. Let's start sorting light parts. I'm looking for a white bracket. And on a white workbench, it makes it tough. So let's start pre-sorting things by color and by type. Now, when you get to sorting, some of these guys say you need to buy professional sorting trays. They can range from $50 to $100 and something. They're just some pre-molded plastic. You could do what I'm doing here, just put them in groups, light groups. You don't have to spend all that money. Okay, I found this. See, sorting out just help. Now I'm looking for one of those bricks with the 2 studs on the side. Well, we found the nose. Okay, we got these here. I don't have a lot of this in light nougats, so that's kind of cool. Okay, hang on to that. And you know, just see how I'm doing it right now. I'm just starting to sort until I find the parts I need. So this, when you're doing this, that's what you do. Okay, well, I found it. So now I can continue on until I get stuck again. You know, if you're anxious and you want to start building, just start sorting very slowly and do that. What is the age range on this here? 8 plus, so 8 years old, you know, it's a good way to learn how to start sorting and building, multitask. So now I'm trying to find all of these. I don't need those right now, so those can wait. Oh, I did read one of your comments. I think it might have been on the main channel that you like Friends. I think you might... It's hard to tell by somebody's thumbnail, but I think we have another guy out here that likes the Friends sets. And you know what? We were talking about that. We need to make it the Heart Lake Crew or something like that. We're guys that like doing Friends sets. I think that'd be so cool. Because on the box, it doesn't say it's just for girls. It's like Technic sets. It doesn't say it's just for boys, right? It doesn't matter who puts it together. To me, if you enjoy it, who cares? One of my buddies online, he tells me his friend got out a Lego and thought it was just more childish than anything else. It's like, oh, I still do it. And yeah, I mean, but Lego's got an adult price tag to it, so really, you know, you really think about it. It doesn't look like any head I've seen so far. Well, we'll keep going here. When will it start looking like a head? We don't know. But he's starting to get back into the Lego gig, which is kind of cool. And yeah, this is not just for kids. This is not for just adults. And anybody can join in. You know, Lego is really kind of including the inclusive play. That's been around for years. I don't think we've ever excluded anybody from doing this, especially when I was a kid. Everybody builds differently. Everybody sorts their parts differently, you know. Hold on. Oh, I put these in the wrong area. It's supposed to go on this stud right here. All right. It tells me this one goes over here for this one. So we'll see. That's exactly where it goes. Okay, we got that figured out. Okay, let's see here. Maybe I'll have to make some fun out of these dry sets. Alright, well, here's something I don't think I have any of in here in this color. Are these. The 1x2 rounded plates in medium azure. That's a color that I rarely, if ever, see in those plates. So that's a nice little treat. And yes, this will be in the parts bin. What I'm going to do after I do the whole tour and review of this will go into one of those little plastic shoe boxes. I will do alternative models, regardless if they're requested or not, just for fun. But those are going to be held off till the very end. Right now, I'm swamped doing the other set reviews right now. So once I'm done with the actual batch that I have to do, then we will get to this. But those will be exclusive to this channel here. So you'll get the exclusives here. These always come in handy when you're building cars or cabinets, furniture, small things, these angular plates. So when you're doing your Lego collection, try to keep these type of plates. If you don't have a lot, keep them in one place, like a little container or a shoebox, because they will come in handy. So I kind of hang on to them. Mine have overflowed, so I've been hanging on to a bunch of them here. Okay, looks like these kind of stick off to the side. I have a bunch of these too. These are great for making plants because they rotate, and you could just attach leaves and stalks to them and all that stuff, and do all sorts of stuff. Even these come in handy where they got the two studs on one side and nothing on the other. Opposing studs, adjacent. They're kind of cool. Alrighty. We're getting there, though. We're going to get this done today, folks. I need to get the other reviews done here. Still doesn't look like a head, does it? I don't know what this is yet. We have no clue. Oh, but before I do anything, I almost forgot. We got to put these in here. Jay, this is just... It's a lot of little parts. Yeah, it is. Oh, put that on. I'm trying to keep all these grouped here. These right here make good bedspread corners, so that's why I try to hang on to them, because they're good for making soft comforters for bedspreads, sofas, all that stuff. Imagine those guys who don't want to sub to this channel. They get a whole rants, you get the juicy tidbits and all that stuff on here. You get it all here. Okay, that's a tile. We don't need that. We need those. Put those there. And then this goes on the back here like that. That's all it shows me like that, so I don't know. Sometimes you just have to kind of guess there, but it looks like it'd be to fit, so obviously, yeah. I'll be right back. All right, my apologies. I had to go clear my throat and blow my nose. I don't think you want me to do that on here. All right, so these I thought were going to be the nose, but I have a feeling that that's the eyes and it's probably a mouth. It's starting to look like a face, so we don't know yet what that is. Now, then it must be that's the face. It's hard to say, though. We haven't finished it yet, so well, let's keep building here. Wait. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? This is pretty loose. Whoops. That's what I hate about when I step away from the camera. I always forget something. All right. Now it looks better. Well, then this must be the face, then. Something attaches here. We don't know yet. We'll have to keep building to find out. All right. I mean, it's built pretty solid except for a few pieces, but nothing I'm going to really ding off hard on. No stickers, nothing. It's just not a very colorful build. Okay, so we're going to have to build duplicates, so we'll start with that now. We don't need that right away, so we'll just... Now, when you build your own set, here's just a little bit of friendly advice here. Don't work on a little cluttered workbench like I am. It's a little challenging to do it in this area. I got the stuff. I am going to build a bigger one. I know some of you said the white's a little too harsh. I'm going to make where I can flip it over or make inserts that I can slide in so that it's not just overwhelmingly white. So I'm working on something a little better. Or my other plan is to have it to where I can change the color of this. But I need to find a good piece of frosted tempered glass, something pretty thick. And to put it on top where I'm pressed, because I'm pressing on this. It'd have to be very strong. I'd have to find something. For showcases and demonstrations, tours, it would be fine, but if I'm building on it, I'm not pounding on things, but I need to find something that's good, that's tempered, just in case if something were to happen, it won't shatter in little pieces. So I'm trying to think of a way to do it here so you will get more of a colorful build experience. So if it's white and bland, we'll just add a color to it. Okay, you're going to give me boring sets to build that are just lacking color, so we'll just turn the color of the table to something else that's more soothing. All right, so I think this is the side. Here's this. Let me put the right one in there first. I think that's how it goes. So this is indeed the face. So that's how it should look right there. Okay. Yeah, so now it's starting to look like something now. It didn't take us until we got to, what, step 90, 91 for us to really figure it out. I mean, we knew we were building the face, but we just didn't know how we're going to do this. So right now, let's say builders 1 and 2 really they're slacking off. They're not really building fast like we want. What's with all the jets around here lately? We've been having a bunch of those around here. So builders 1 and 2 are kind of just taking their time, goofing off, listening to the airplanes. And then I'm the one here doing all the work. Can I continue on with this when I'm done? That's the whole question of the build. This goes here. It's starting to look like a face. There we go. And this goes, wait a minute. Oh, okay, that ain't going to stick with that in there. We got to put that on the bottom. Whoops, my bad. There we go. And now we got to do the little nose. It's kind of clever how they did that. I don't think a lot of YouTubers really cover if a set is multiple builders or not. Most of them just are like me. They try to get it done. But see, these type of videos here, I like to spend time talking to you. I don't want to just kind of just, and with piano music in the background, that won't do you any good. Okay. Yeah, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Can you see that? You know, the bunnies always come up and they start sniffing everything. That's kind of what they would do in real life too. They'll just sniff to see if it's food. All right. That looks very painful, but that's it. But let's say we can't do that yet. Now we got to build the ears. So unless the torso is done first, the way Lego has this divided out, I'm going to say it's kind of like a placebo type thing, you know. What I consider 1 to 3 builders is we all build separate pieces and at the end we put all our stuff together. This actually depends on the torso, so I would say this is really not meant for it. I think it's meant if you built the secondary models, but everybody takes turns. But I'm talking about we all sit down and we build together. And these are just clones, they're not mirrors. Okay. Hey, at least we're using some new colors in here. I don't have a lot of the light nougat. I'm getting a good collection of medium nougat. And I don't think I really have any dark nougat. Okay. So I'm going to say that this set is really, it depends. If you all plan out the build, it could be. But you have to depend on the torso. So I would say Lego kind of fibbed on this one. I think they were trying to do it as a selling point. I've seen other sets that were broken down a lot better than this. And it's telling you to put the ears on. Well, remember 1 and 2 are still slacking off, so we'll put the ears on now. And we'll see how this goes here. Looks like Bugs Bunny in a way, if anybody knows who he is. Alright, so now we're going to build a flower. Let's do that real quick. Now obviously the flower is a solo build, so maybe that's where the extra person comes in, but I wouldn't count this as that. This is probably the only part of the build that looks interesting to me, is the green foliage. And I don't think I really have any of these in that color. I might. some of the guys I know that get into Lego stuff, they have every piece in their collection memorized, like what set the piece came out of. I'm not going that far. You know, I'm just, you know. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be a set that I am just going to put on a turntable and just put it on exhibit. Do it. So this one's just going to have a 360 spin and a review. So basically after this video here, I am going to do the tour and the review. I should have done was left everything torn apart and we just put it all together when we're done. And we got a 4-leaf clover. We have this. It would have been suitable if they used a 2x2 round plate. There you go. Okay. I mean, is it a relaxing build? It's just something to get done. I have to do it. But for me, I'm not too interested in this one. What would I give it? Well, we had some parts flake off. I'm going to say a 9 out of 10. It does come with the brick separator, but I think what I'm disappointed with is how it's laid out for a group build. If Lego would have said it wasn't a group build, the score would have been much higher, but they said it was a group build, but you have to wait till the torso's done to attach the other pieces. That's where I'm kind of having my issues there. And hold on to the back of that, because now you're going to have to set this on here. And of course, you know, I mean, I put it on backwards, but there you go. That's not too bad. It'd be cool to set that on your desk. And now I think we're building the carrot. All right, let's get going on that one. That should be fun. At least we're doing something other than tan. I'm going to put it on the dome first. That's where that goes. After this, I got to put some stuff up. So I got to put some stuff up back in storage. So right now, I just need to get this going first and put the holiday stuff up, get that going. I'm trying to dry out these goofy blow-ups. The rain, we had an unexpected rainstorm last night, and yeah, it kind of drenched everything down. And that completes the build. All right, now let's start setting things up. And that's what we have remaining for bag 3. I need to get the turntable ready and we'll set everything up here and get it going here. We haven't put the head on yet. That's fine, but that's part of the setting up. Remember, builders 1 and 2 are kind of slacking off here. We already talked about the brick separator at the beginning of the video, so we don't care about that now. And I may not even have to do this too much here. Sometimes this thing can be a bit of a turd to set up because, see, I'm all lopsided here. So, yeah, you're going to have to experience the bounciness of the camera. I'm sorry, I can't prevent that. Some have the tripods that will level themselves. They're a couple $1,000s if anybody would like to send me money for that. But for Lego videos, I'm not worried too much about it. Okay, now let's get going here. So, okay, builders 2 and 3 just got done. They even provided the turntable too, so we can all do that. I need to get off my rear and put the cleats on the bottom again. Okay, how easy it is to put the head on, well, we'll find out here. So remember in the book it told us to do this. So you just have to do that. I'm trying to make it where you can see. So we've got to snap this ball joint in there. So I'm just going to hold on the nose and just, well, maybe not. This might be more problem than I thought. Let's see here. Let's try it this way. We'll just do it like this here. There we go. Okay. Now we're done. With its floppy ears and all that stuff. I may have to back the camera up a bit more. Let me do that. Remember, this is setting up, so we got to get it all prepared for its exhibit. To put it on show, we're going to have to do a review on this ugly old thing. I mean, it looks cool when it's done, but I just did not like the build experience really at all. It was just kind of, it was different. We learned some new building techniques, but for me personally, I'm just not really interested in animal figures. But I'm not going to fail a set just because I didn't like it. That wouldn't be fair to those who are interested. So just remember, with my reviews, I'm looking at build quality, build experience, group build, all that stuff. All right. Okay, let me move this back here. All right, that's good enough for me. Okay. All right, so we have our bunny here, and he's flexible. Looks like all the joints do move and everything else, so you can also have him do that, you know, so that's pretty cool. So everything, I can easily move things around, nothing feels stiff. Everything feels nice and loose. It's got nice action, all that stuff. This, you know, can he grab onto a carrot? He could probably attach this to his palm like that. And just have that. And that's it. Matter of fact, they don't even show the carrot in his hand. What about on the box that I lost? Yeah, indeed. They have it sitting like that. Okay. And essentially, that's what he is. And that's it for the setup. And, yeah, let me get this more here in the middle. And honestly, though, I'll kind of put it right there. All right, that's good enough for me. It's fine for what it is. Get that closer for you. And I think right now I'm ready for the tour and the review. Those are going to be filmed in one shot because there's nothing. I'm not even going to do a close-up because I could just bring this up close and show some features, so it's not too bad. So I mean, yes, it looks cool, but it wasn't really my thing. Well, let's get into the formal tour. Here is the cute bunny all assembled, and indeed it is cute and ugly at the same time. So off to the left we got ourselves what appears to be a little dandelion. Adds a little bit of color to the set as well as the carrot. Have it attached to its hand, but you can just pop that off. Of course, the leaves are going to come off with it. I should have added something to strengthen that up, but there's your carrot. Don't worry, we'll get into the build quality in the review. And here we have the adorable little bunny. And of course, we got to do the 360 spin tour. And that's essentially what he is. Now, he is very flexible. Everything feels pretty solid. Like this has got some nice smooth action here. So if you want, you can have him do that. Paws are flexible. The hindquarters are even flexible. It's got a nice tail. It can wag its tail. It can't go left or right, it just goes up and down. So more just for balance. And his head doesn't really rotate all that easily. It does go up and down, so he can look up into the sky, but you can't just leave his head down. It's hard to rotate. You have to lift it up, then rotate it. So, then the ears move. And it's a nice, very flexible, solid-built bunny. And basically, that's what he is. It's just an adorable bunny that just sits here with the accessories. So let's jump right on into play value for the review, and that's essentially what this is a display piece. I mean, you could probably play with this, but it's kind of big. which also leaves the city drop in value. You could probably use it as a statue and just have some greenery around it, but I don't really see this being really as a nice, worthy display piece, unless you put it on a float or something, but I just can't see this being placed in a city. Build quality is average. It's strong when it's built, but when I was building this set, some pieces do come off, as you saw the greenery on the carrot. Some things just feel like it's just tacked together, but once it's assembled, it's pretty strong. So build quality, I'd say, is average with this model here. My build experience was left to be desired of. We were mostly messing with tan and white pieces until the very end, and we got to the colorful stuff. So for me personally, the build just did not catch my interest. I was thinking, okay, I got to get this one done because I got some other colorful builds I want to get into. So if you're looking at something with a lot of bright colors, this one is not it. It's got unique colors. It looks like a normal bunny rabbit, but it's just not bright and colorful. Now, the building guide said this can be built up from 1 to 3 builders. If you plan it correctly, yes. The first thing we start with is the torso. That's booklet 1. Booklet 2 does hindquarters, the front paws, and the tail. But you got to have the torso done to attach those. But you can build them separately. And the third bag does the head and the accessories. But everything depends on the torso. So if you do not have the torso done, you're going to have to wait for the first builder to get done with that in order to add your pieces to it. So I'd say yes, it can be built by 3 builders, but it's not really recommended. So I don't know why Lego had it labeled as such. You know, for me, it should have been we all build pieces and at the very end we put them all together. It can be done, you just got to plan ahead. The manual didn't lay it out accordingly, but it is possible if you plan out the build. Now the set also does come with a nice selection of pieces, like these dome pieces. There's a bunch of these used in here. You also got the outside bullnose corners, you got the Technic balls, you also got light nougat, cones. Lots of unique pieces if you're looking into getting the tan or brick yellow parts. But for me, some of these pieces may come in handy, but not a whole lot of them. Maybe these pieces here could be used for tops of sandwiches or something, you know, making everybody hungry here, but those pieces could be used as such. So my final score in this set is going to be a 9 out of 10, just because of build quality. It just, when I was putting this together, a lot of this stuff just feels kind of flimsy. It just, you know, comes apart real easily. You know, that's probably the only issue I had with the set. It's built sound when it's assembled, but when you're putting it together, just be careful because some things will flake apart. Now, my opinions are just that, my opinions alone, and my score is based on build quality. Does it have a lot of accessories? Can it be built by a group of people, or is it a solo build? So I may not like this set, it looks cool, but it's not really my style. But I'm not going to fail a set just because of my opinion. I'm looking at just attributing factors to this. And yes, this would be good if you're interested in this build. For me, not so much. But tell me what you think.